What's good, guys? It's your boy JayThat'sMe. Let's get into Impact Wrestling for May the 18th, 2023. This was a pretty okay show. We're still building the card for Under Siege, which is shaping up to be an okay Impact Plus event. So first match tonight, Trey Miguel versus Laredo Kid. Trey Miguel wins via roll-up. So post-match, Trey Miguel holds the show hostage. Trey Miguel calls the crowd bitches and says it's time to get some respect on his name. Trey Miguel says actually he wants it so much that he is holding this show hostage until he gets his respect. We come back from a commercial. Trey Miguel still in the ring talking smack to the crowd. Chris Sabin comes out. Chris Sabin talks about how Trey Miguel needs to give respect to get it back, and he doesn't give any respect when he defaced the title. He said it was disrespectful to everyone who has ever held the title before. Chris Sabin mentioned a bunch of names from AJ Styles, Frankie Kazarian himself, and a couple other guys, even Josh Alexander. Chris Sabin then runs down that he's an 8-time X-Division champion and a former Impact World champion. So at Under Siege, he's taking the title and giving it the respect it deserves. And then he tells Trey Miguel to get out of his ring right now, you bitch. And I enjoyed that. So that was pretty cool. I wouldn't put it past Impact to give Chris Sabin the title. Trey Miguel has held the X-Division title for 7 months. He's had it since November. He won it back in November of last year. But if Trey loses, then what does he do? Because he can't go into the main event picture right now. He can't, you know. If Trey Miguel was a face, then I could see that. But no, Trey Miguel's a heel, so you can't do that. So the only option would be for him to retain. I don't know. That's just me thinking out loud. Next. Trinity, she's getting warmed up when she's interrupted by Jay Vidal. Oh, God. No. I feel bad for Trinity already. So Jay Vidal mentions that Giselle Shaw isn't happy with Trinity, but Trinity says Giselle can come and do something about it face to face. So then Jay Vidal mentions that Giselle is injured, but will be back next week. Trinity said she's going to be waiting. And I automatically wanted to bash my head up against the wall. And I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense. Why are we doing this? Why is this going to be Trinity's first Impact Plus event against Giselle Shaw? It makes no damn sense. It's so stupid. I'd much rather her be in a feud with the Coven or be working with Tasha Steelz. I don't know. Or hell, you could even do her and Savannah Evans, but not Giselle Shaw. Ugh. I feel bad for Trinity already. Damn. Moving on. So Rich Swann and Sami Callihan, they're backstage. They talk about their history together. Their time they spent on the Indies, working in Philadelphia, and how they became friends. They said, sure, they fight from time to time, but people as close as they are will always come back together. Then we see some of their fights over the years, and then Sami says he'll still call Rich Swann the best wrestler in the world. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, Sami, what are you smoking, dog? What are you smoking? I'm over this design shit, too. I'm over the design. The faction needs to disband. Like, this feud has just gone off the rails. Ugh, so pointless. Next, moving on, Ace Austin versus Jason Hotch. Jason Hotch gets the win via a roll-up. I believe Brian Myers got involved and distracted Ace Austin. I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention towards the last part of the match. But anyway, that was the second roll-up of the night. Don't like it. I despise roll-ups. It's dumb as shit. We see them far too much in the industry. Far too much. And I guarantee you next week it's going to be Chris Bay versus John Skyler. Moving on. Steve Maclin, he thanks Champagne Singh and Shera for taking out Heath last week. But he said he needs them to prove their worth yet again. And it's time to do it right now. And then he says, come with him. Okay. Interesting. Moving on. So, Jordynne Grace is backstage. She said that she wants to be the face of the division. So, she wants no doubt when she beats Deonna Purrazzo. Then Alicia Edwards comes into play and says she doesn't believe anything that Jordynne Grace is saying. So, Grace took out Purrazzo last week on purpose. But the threat of a right hand sends Edwards bailing. So, I do like that. Again, Alicia Edwards is not over. I don't even know why she even appeared there. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Next, Trinity versus Kilynn King. So this was great. I enjoyed it here. Trinity wins via, what does she call that? The Rings of Saturn. Starstruck. So yeah, she calls it Starstruck. Yeah. I enjoyed that. That was great. That was absolutely fantastic. And I loved how Mike Hannafin mentioned on commentary he's seen Trinity win many championships with that move. So I do like it. That's great. What I don't like was the fact that Jay Vidal, he came out post-match and says that everyone knows that knows who Giselle Shaw is. And then he said that Giselle Shaw has a message for her. So basically, Jay Vidal announces that Giselle Shaw has accepted the challenge for Under Siege. And then Jay Vidal goes to slap Trinity. But she twists his hand and kicks him in the head. So I like that. That was cool. But please don't do any damn intergender wrestling shit. Please don't Impact. Please do not put Trinity in this type of predicament. Let this be a one and done type of thing and let her move on. Next, this was great right here. I love this segment. So, Steve Maclin, Champagne Singh, and Shera, they all ambushed PCO and beat him down backstage. And then they grabbed some center blocks, some cement blocks, and put them on his back. And then Steve Maclin crushes it with a sledgehammer, and PCO's screaming in pain. I loved it. Really good shit right there. Really good shit. PCO sold it nicely. I don't even know if he's going to be able to make it at Under Siege, so I don't know. Again, this makes sense, though, because I guess they're trying to make Maclin get mega heat as a heel, and he does that. He's a really good heat magnet, so this is great. Moving on, Jessicka, she's waiting on Rosemary to get back from the undead realm. When the Coven, they interrupt. So, the Coven offered to open the door to the undead realm, but Rosemary said they aren't powerful enough. And then Kilynn King says that Rosemary isn't always right, and the Coven's ready to open up the door. Again, this is nonsensical stuff. Who cares? they need to drop this supernatural shit. Like, it doesn't make any sense. We know that Taya Valkyrie is with AEW, so why even deal with that? I don't know. Moving on, Jody Threat versus Shera. So Jody Threat wins via the, what's it called? The four, my bad, the F416 for the 1, 2, 3. Again, they're just doing nothing with Jody Threat. Like, we know nothing about her. We've only got one vignette, and she's had like 3 or 4 televised matches. It just doesn't make any sense. We need vignettes. We need backstage segments. We've got to know these people. Like, she's not Masha Slamovich. Like, why is she this way? And I just wish that Impact would do some more with Jody Threat. Like, we need vignettes and we need promo segments. We gotta know, why is she this way? Because just putting her out there and just putting her in random matches where she's just squashing jobbers, that's gonna get old, and that's not gonna get her over at all. So they need to really either get her in a feud where we have to find out who she is that way, or just do a couple of vignettes. I don't know. My bad. I don't know. But they got to do better than what they're doing. This is ridiculous. Like, this is like the 3rd week in a row they've done this, I think. Moving on. So Eddie Edwards, he comes up to see Frankie Kazarian before their 6-man tag. Eddie says follow his lead tonight. With Kazarian agreeing, though he hopes that it'll all go better than Honor No More. That was pretty good right there. So, Dirty Dango, he clears Johnny Swinger and Ziggy Dice of attacking Santino Marella because they were too stupid and incompetent to figure it out. They accuse Joe Hendry, who pops in with Dango asking if that's true. Hendry denies it, but he says he's a champion and therefore moving on from all of this. So Dango doesn't like that, and he gets his shirt ripped open, revealing missing chest hair. Dango tries to deny it, but yeah, he did it. And then Dango says case closed, and he throws Joe Hendry into the wall, and I assume they're probably going to do Joe Hendry versus Dirty Dango at Under Siege for the Digital Media Championship, and I'm all for that. That's great. I honestly think that Joe Hendry needs to drop that title, and he needs to be thrusted into the world title scene. Like, he's marketable. The guy's over. The Digital Media Championship means jack shit. Or you could put him in the X division, but I'd much rather have him in the main event scene. That's just me. And then we get the main event, which is a 6-man tag. Frankie Kazarian, Moose, and Eddie Edwards versus Yuya Uemura, Jonathan Gresham, and Alex Shelley. So Alex Shelley gets the win via the Shell Shock. So that was pretty decent. I mean, there was miscommunication between Eddie Edwards and Frankie Kazarian. Eddie Edwards turns on Kazarian, and then Kazarian hits him with a clothesline. So that was cool seeing that. This was a decent show for the most part. You know, we're still building up stuff for Under Siege next week. So there's that. But they'll probably do a match between Eddie and Frankie Kazarian also at Under Siege as well. I believe that's where things are headed. So it looks like it's probably going to be like a 8 or 9 match card. So probably 2 matches on the countdown to Under Siege and 6 matches on the main card or the main show. But what did you guys think? Let me know. Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for more videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.